Hello children. Children, our chapter is the legislature, union and states. So children, union level explanation is over. So today we have to start discussion on the topic the legislature at state level. So children, states have a legislative assembly similar to the Lok Sabha. You have studied about the Lok Sabha. So as well as Lok Sabha is at union level, the state legislative assembly is there on state level. The legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha, is also called the lower house. You have studied, na? I have told you ki Lok Sabha is also called lower house. So here the legislative assembly is also called lower house. The members of the Vidhan Sabha are elected directly by the people of the state. Okay, like the members of the Lok Sabha are the elected by the people of the country. Now the next, the legislative council, that is called Vidhan Sabha, that is legislative council is called विधान परिषद. बेटा जैसे कि यूनियन लेवल पे लेजिस्लेचर के टू पार्ट्स हैं ना, व्हाट, द लोकसभा एंड द राज्यसभा. लोकसभा इज lower house but Rajya Sabha is called upper house. And here like that, what is there? The legislative assembly, that is Vidhan Sabha, and legislative council, that is Vidhan Parishad. So legislative assembly is called lower house and the legislative council Vidhan Parishad is also called upper house. The Vidhan Sabha corresponded to the Lok Sabha, whereas the Vidhan Parishad corresponded to the Raj Sabha, that I have compared very well. Now the next, 7 states have bicameral legislature. It means they have both legislative assembly and legislative council. It means in 7 states of our country there is both the legislative assembly and legislative council, that is called bicameral legislature. They are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Karnataka, Maharashtra, तेलंगाना एंड उत्तर प्रदेश. यू नो ना, उत्तर प्रदेश में भी आपका विधानसभा और विधान परिषद दोनों हैं, ठीक. सो इट इज़ कॉल्ड bicameral legislature. Now the rest of the states have unicameral legislature, which means they have only legislative assembly. It means there is no legislative council. 2 union territories, Delhi NCR and Pondicherry, also have legislative assemblies. Now let us talk about the composition of state legislature. The number of the seats in Vidhan Sabha varies according to the population of the state. It means the number of the member of Vidhan Sabha is depends upon the population of the state. यानी जिस स्टेट का पॉपुलेशन जितना ज़्यादा होगा उसके विधानसभा के मेंबर की संख्या ज़्यादा होगी, क्योंकि वहाँ पे क्या होगा, कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी ज़्यादा होंगी ना. सो व्हाट. नाउ इन द केस ऑफ विधान परिषद, the total number of members should not exceed 1/3 of the total members of the Vidhan Sabha. It means it is given very clearly beta कि विधान परिषद members is depend upon the members of Vidhan Sabha. It should not be exceed 1/3 of the total members of Vidhan Sabha. यानी विधान सभा के टोटल मेंबर्स का 1/3 से ज़्यादा विधान परिषद का मेंबर नहीं होना चाहिए इन द पर्टिकुलर स्टेट लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल. इट मीन्स विधान परिषद. Now let us talk about the tenure. Tenure, you know, normally the tenure of the Vidhan Sabha is 5 years. Underline this, children. It may be dissolved earlier by the governor. If any issue is there during a national emergency, its tenure can be extended by a year. That also you have studied in union legislature. Please underline this also, that during a national emergency, its tenure can be extended by a year. The Vidhan Parishad cannot be dissolved. Like Rajya Sabha is permanent house, it cannot be dissolved. So here also Vidhan Parishad cannot be dissolved. One third of its member retire every 2 years, same as like as in Rajya Sabha. Okay, so you can see the similarity between the union legislature and state legislature. Now let us talk about the eligibility of the members of the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. The eligibility criteria for becoming a member of the Legislative Assembly and the Legislative Council are the same as the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha respectively. Yani you have studied about the eligibility of the Lok Sabha member and the Rajya Sabha member. I am reminding you once again. The eligibility of the members of Lok Sabha is be an Indian citizen more than 25 years of the age, be a registered voter, should not be a proclaimed offender, must possesses the qualification prescribed by the parliament. And what is the change in the eligibility of Rajya Sabha? That is be an Indian citizen and more than 35 years of the age. It should be the eligibility of Rajya Sabha. Rest of the eligibility will be same as the eligibility of Lok Sabha. इट मीन्स लोक सभा और राज्यसभा के लिए एलिजिबिलिटी जो है योग्यता सेम है, ओनली वन द एज डिफरेंस इज देयर. Children, let us discuss the comparative study of Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly and Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council. It is given by the help of the picture in your book also. So you can see, children, what is given. In Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly, members are elected directly by the people of the state through voting. And what in Vidhan Sabha, 2 members from the Anglo-Indian community are nominated by the governor, as like as in the Lok Sabha. Now let us talk about Vidhan Parishad. 1/3 members are elected by the state legislative assembly. 1/3 members are elected by the local bodies. 1/6 are nominated by the governor, and 1/12 are elected by the teachers, and 1/12 are elected by the registered graduates. Now children, let us discuss about the election procedure. Members of the Vidhan Sabha are elected directly by the people. It is given very clearly. They are called members of the Legislative Assembly, in short MLAs. यानी विधान सभा के members को हम क्या कहते हैं? MLA. And the member of parliament is called MP. The members of Vidhan Parishad are elected in following ways. 1/3 of its members are elected by the state legislative assembly. I have told you, but I am reminding you again. Maybe you can learn by this way. Another 1/3 members are elected by the local bodies such as municipalities and Jila Parishad. We are talking about Vidhan Parishad now. Okay. Now, some others are elected by registered graduates and teachers, and some are nominated by the governors. These are the election procedure of the MLA and MLC. Both I have told you. Now, functions of the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, that is the functions of the state legislature. The primary functions of the state legislature is to make laws suitable to the needs of the state on various subjects mentioned in the state list and concurrent list. Children, in the starting of the chapter, we have talked about the state list and the concurrent list. You know the subjects given in the union list on which law can be made by only parliament, but the subjects given in the state list on which law can be made by only the state legislative assembly. So it is the function of state legislative assembly to make law on the subjects of state list, and in concurrent list also, if there is a need, they can make the laws. Okay. Now, other functions include financial control over the states. How the financial control, that you know also. Control over the government and participation in the election of the president, because you know as in union level जब बजट आता है, when finance minister present the budget in the Vidhan Sabha, then all the members of Vidhan Sabha is there to discuss on that budget, that law, है ना, उसके इनकम और जो एक्सपेंडिचर है उस पर डिस्कशन होता है. तो बाय दिस वे द विधान सभा कैन कंट्रोल ऑन द over the financial budget of the state, it can be said. Now Vidhan Sabha also participate in the election of the president. Now in part 11 of the constitution defines the powers of the center and the state in India. Constitution के part 11 में clearly it is given the definition, the power of the state and the power of the center. It is divided into 3 lists: union list, state list and concurrent list, that I have explained just now before few minutes, and you know very well. In starting of the chapter also it has been explained. In union list subjects, who can make the law? Union Parliament. And on state list subjects, law can be made by state legislative assemblies, and the concurrent list subject on which law can be made by both the parliament and the state legislative assemblies. Now children, the chapter is over here, and my request is there, please watch the video thoroughly, try to understand all the points. If any doubt, any query, you ask with me. I will try to solve all the queries, and try to read the chapter from your book for better understanding. Thank you so much, children.